Good afternoon, guys. How's everyone doing? It's glorious Saturday afternoon. And I'll tell you what, I hope the sun's shining for you wherever you are, because it certainly is for me. So, yeah, welcome to my channel, guys. Joey Barnett TV. I do try and upload as much content as I possibly can. But as many of my viewers know, that I've got a very, very busy schedule. Now, I'm doing bits and pieces, working, and also got our grandson living with us. We've got 2 dogs. And I've got a family, and I've got, you know, a big commitment away from YouTube. So I'm sorry I haven't uploaded much content. Actually, talking about this subject, I was actually I was thinking about closing my channel. And the reason why I was going to do that is because I'm sure quite a few other people must get to the stage where they start asking themselves, how comes these like fake people, half of them or 3/4 of them don't even show their face? I can understand that. I can relate to that. So I'll talk to you a bit about that in a minute. But what I'm saying is these fake people, you know, they've got tens of 20,000 subs, and you've got someone like me who's reformed. All I like to do is put positive stuff out and spread awareness and inspire everyone across my channel with only 2,006 or just over, you know. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? It really does make you wonder. But yeah, someone answered my questions the other day, really, in a nutshell. And they said because it's drama. And people across YouTube love drama. So I had that going around in my head and all. And I was thinking to myself, you know, do I want to be a part of that? So I'm sailing on my own. I'm on my own road. And I'm not going to get pulled into any crap podcast wars. I'm not going to get pulled into it, and I haven't done from day one of my journey, and I'm certainly not going to now. But yeah, guys, I opted in to stay, and the reason why I opted in to stay is because I know all of my followers are very loyal people, and yeah, they wait for my uploads, and I inspire quite a lot of people across YouTube, and I help people out, which is what I'm all about, guys. That really is what I'm all about. I'm not on YouTube for pennies, for money, because, you know, it's not big money. Unless you've got 100k, 1,000 subs plus, you might be able to earn a monkey a week or something like that out of it. But you've got to have 100,000 plus. Anything under that, you're only getting like £1.50 every 1,000 views. So, you know, it's like anything, you know, it's a business, a platform, and it all takes time. But I haven't built my channel for it to build up in that way to make money out of it. Do you get what I'm saying, guys? I've built this channel to spread awareness and to make friends, and obviously have a chat with you guys online, because I enjoy sharing my experiences, be it good and bad. I like sharing both of them, you know. I like to share my prison experiences, and the reason why I do that is for awareness. And I like to also, you know, do videos on my progress, where I am today. And where I am today is a great place, by the way, guys. It really is. So, yeah, let's quickly jump onto the subject of Venables. The second time now, he's been recalled and let out again, and he's up for parole again. And may God be my judge, he will get it. And the reason why he will get it, because I've always said it all the way along, you know, these parole board officers, the ones high up the chain in the prison system, I think they're bang at it themselves. And that's the only reason why they let these prolific people out of jail for prolific crimes. And people like Bronson, they're still away for not a fraction of the crime of what they committed. And actually you couldn't even paint them with the same brush, because, you know, Bronson is one of us. So what I'm going to talk about, I'm going to go on a little bit about Bronson, because a few people on my channel have asked me how the parole board are justifying keeping Bronson in and letting like monsters out. So how they justify it is this, and this is straight from the horse's mouth, straight from my heart, because I've done a lot of bird. I know a lot about the parole board. This is not an opinion, this is a fact, by the way, guys. You can really take this as a fact. You really can. Now, the beginning of his sentence, Bronson was playing up. And when I mean playing up, taking hostages, governors, teachers, you know, getting IPP sentences. He actually you know, only started off doing something like 6 or 7 or 8 years and ended up getting his life sentence from being in prison. So, you know, they're making Bronson as an example. In other words, what they're saying to people across the prison system, to all inmates and to anyone what's going to get a bit of bird, what the system are actually saying by making Bronson an example is, if you do this, if you take an hostage, or if you you know, go above that line and do anything harmful towards the prison system itself, then you're going to end up the same as that. You're going to end up getting a life sentence. And that's why they've kept him in, because they're making him an example. There's a few other reasons why they've kept him in, because, you know, on his board, he starts laughing, joking, and not taking things too seriously. And with these parole board officers, you've got to, you know, cross all the T's, dot all the I's, and you've got to jump through every single hoop what they expect you to jump through. And that's the reason why Bronson won't get out. You know, I hope that one day he will realise that when they say jump, he has actually got to say how high, because he's got a life sentence, and, you know, they can justify keeping him away for the rest of his life. They've justified it, and they can justify it. They still can today, because a life sentence is 99 years. So he's doing a few life sentences. That's how they justify it. And the reason why they won't let him out, as I said, is because of his really bad behaviour at the start of his sentence. You know, the prison system does not forget. That's one thing the prison system don't do. It's the same as the old bill. They don't forget. You know, the police, look at the police. Once you commit a crime, you've got a criminal record. It's not forgotten. It works the same in prison, you know, but it goes on a thing called your page 16. That's your prison report. And that goes with you every single prison you go to. When you get transferred, it goes with you. And it's called write-ups. Screws do write-ups on you. When you're on a book, you're category A, like Bronson. I was a category A. They're watching you on the wings, and they're noting things down in the book, and that's what they call a write-up, and that's on your page 16. So everyone's aware, you know, of Bronson's old behaviour, all the screws. Although probably 99.9% of prison officers would actually want Bronson out now. It's not them what's keeping Bronson away. Who it is the parole board officers. And he thought by having a public parole hearing on the last one, which he had, that would help him. It would have helped him. It really would have helped him if he didn't go in there laughing and joking and literally, you know, with no remorse. You know, you've got to show these people remorse. You really have, because this is what you've got to do to get out of prison, and Bronson's not doing that. So that's why he's not out, guys, and that's how to justify him keeping him away, guys. So on a positive note now, Channel 5, I've been down to Greenwich, down to the studios, done some recording with them, met all the team, and they are a great bunch. They really are a great bunch. They made me feel really welcome. And yeah, it's I clicked with a few of them. Not that they could relate to me, because they're straight goers, but they had the respect. They knew, you know, where I'd come from, so they did have respect. They had plenty of it, and they made me feel very welcome. And yeah, I think that that documentary which I recorded, actually there's quite a few of us on it. I'm not going to mention no names, but when I was on there, a few of the directors said to me, a few other people what was on it previously was asking about me, and that's why they was trying to get me on it so much, because everyone what's gone on it was saying to the directors, where's Joey Barnett? Why ain't Joey Barnett on it? I could have gone on the Long Lartin one, the Whitemore one, the Wakefield one, but I had my reasons why I didn't go on it, and I'm not going to talk about that now, because that's negative. But now it's positive, because of they've started playing ball with me. So yeah, went down there, done that filming, a couple of hours, and I'm back down there again this coming Tuesday, and I'm going outside Belmarsh Prison to be interviewed. So that's going to be a really, really interesting, good interview. You know, this time I'm the other side of the fence. and I'm going to tell a few stories about my experience, what I see and what I went through in Belmarsh, and actually what I've done myself and how I was performing myself when I was in there. Because not forgetting, I was a category 8, I was an escapee, I was in a yellow and green jumpsuit, and yeah, I had a dangerous mindset when I, in 1999, 2000, a very dangerous mindset. I'm not going to blow my own trumpet and tell you what I've done, because of I'm sure most of you know what I've done. I don't ever like to glamorise them type of things. Violence, I don't glamorise. But yeah, I was a violent person. And as I say to you, but I will be mentioning a few of the bits and pieces what I was getting up to Tuesday. So I don't know when that's going to come out on Channel 5. But the first one, which I did, was about Belmarsh. About the conditions and then bits and pieces like that comes out before Christmas, but I've got to stay stumped on that one now because of yeah, it's Channel 5, guys, but it's brilliant. It really is. The journey what I'm on is amazing. As you guys know, I've got a new truck. I'm gonna have a little chat with you about my truck now. I paid a very lot of money for this truck, a very lot of money, double figures, in the thousands, literally in the thousands, double figures. And I bought it back, and the brakes were gone on it. So I was dealing with a young guy who sold me the truck called George, and his dad, who owned the actual site, picked up on it and had to step up to the mark and take over because of the young kid what sold me. It had no experience. He's going to fall over and he's going to have these hiccups. But yeah, his dad had to kick in, and he phoned me up, very kindly phoned me up, Simon. Big shout out to you, Simon. And asked me if I could bring the truck up to them for them to do all the bits and pieces on it. And what they did was I drove the truck up to them. They give me a hire car to bring it back. So they put 2 brand new front disc on it. They put pads both sides on it. They put a backlight on it, a fog light on it. So yeah, they've done everything what needed doing on it. So I went to pick it up yesterday, and I left my house at 5 o'clock, which was rush hour Friday night. And yeah, put my foot down, got there. But I'll tell you what, it was a bit of it was a bit sketchy because I went onto the fastest route on the maps, and it was taking me all down these single track farm lanes. Most of them wasn't even named. And at a few points there, I was halfway down this farm lane, say it was 2 or 3 miles long, and a car was coming on the other side, so one of us had to reverse all the way back. And it was deep, like rural countryside, and I was completely out of my comfort zone, to be totally honest with you. But yeah, I got over there. It took me a few hours to get over there, pick my truck up, and brought me truck back home. But yeah, on the way back home, it took me the same route again, all down the countryside, all through the single track lanes, and out in the middle of nowhere, hardly any dual carriageways or motorways. That's because I was on the fastest route. But I was behind a guy in an old Peugeot, a really old one, and he must have been in his 70s. I don't really know, but from behind. It was an old 1989 Peugeot, and I was about 20 yards behind him, and I kept noticing him going all in and out of the road like this, zigzagging all in and out of the road. I knew what the game was. Do you know what I mean? I knew he was paralytic drunk. And a part of me did say to me, should I phone the police up on this fella? Because, if a kid walks out or anyone walks out, he probably won't even know they're there. He was that drunk. But, and then I realised that, I've never ever phoned the police in my life and done anything like that. So I quickly got that out of my mind and just suffered being behind him. And then what I did is I overtook him and then stopped, not dead, but stopped a few yards in front, put me hazard lights on. I got outside my vehicle, went to his vehicle. It was pitch black dark down this country lane. His window was half open, and I leaned into him and I said, it's disgusting. You shouldn't be driving. I've watched you zigzag for a few miles. And he was completely legless. He really was. And anyway, I got home and I told a little story to my missus. And my missus was disgusted. And she said, that fella's lucky that she wasn't in the car with me, because he would have been arrested. because, you know, a lot of people would have phoned the police on him, but that's not in my nature, so I couldn't do it. But yeah, got home, and yeah, that's really up to date. I've also been painting our flat out, so I got home about 10 o'clock last night, got Burger King, had that, woke up this morning early hours with a terrible stomachache, so I didn't get much sleep. My missus got a stomachache too, like takeaway crap late food, ate it late at night, and it repeated on a pair of us. So yeah, but I got up this morning and I realised I had a bit of decorating to do in the flat, so finished painting the hallway in white. And my missus's mum and her daughter's coming up to date tomorrow for the day to see her. So yeah, guys, I'm going to leave this video here. I hope everyone's having a good weekend. I hope I'm inspiring every single one of you, and you can get to the place where I am right now if you want to do it that bad. You know, the old saying is you've got to help yourself before anyone else can help you. Once you can do that, everything will start dropping into place like it did for me. Have a good weekend, everyone. Peace.